We now have in the studio Clement Oloyede. He is the Group Politics Editor of Daily Trust. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And you covered Kano for a very long time, and I think since morning, because I've been monitoring you, making calls left, right, and center. Is it true that Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf and his godfather, former Governor Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, are on the same page in this voyage to move to APC, even though Kwankwaso will remain in NPP?
Well, thank you, Hamza, for having me. And I want to say, just like you said, since morning we've been on the matter, speaking to our sources, and I can categorically state that I've spoken to both sides, close aides to the governor and close aides to the leader of the Kwakwasiyya movement. And what I can categorically confirm at this point is that they are not on the same page.
They are not on the same page?
They are not on the same page. The governor has concluded to move to the APC with or without the blessings of his political godfather, that's Kwankwaso. And Kwankwaso had also reiterated his position not to join the APC, at least not on the conditions or the offers being put on the table. So they are both not on the same.
Are you privy to some of the conditions?
Yeah, well, not in exact terms, but the ones that are generally that in the conversation we've been having that have been coming up is one, the only guarantee that the governor's side is getting and seeking is the assurance of the second term for the governor on the platform of the APC. At the moment, you know that the party of the governor, the NNPP, has been having serious litigation, serious legal problems since 2023's election. And the governor's camp told me today that this is basically the number one reason why the governor decided that he has to make the move to the APC to guarantee his own political survival. But aside that reason, the other reason that has not been in the open yet, that they told me, though in confidence, but is they want
without mentioning them, yes.
Without mentioning them, but these are things I corroborated from 2 or more sources, is that they all along they had been infighting in the Kwakwasiyya leadership. And there are speculations. Of course, the governor's camp told me that they had it on good authority that the cabal, so to say, around Kwankwaso had decided that the governor was not going to be given the NNPP's ticket ahead of 2027. I have not been able to corroborate it with the Kwankwaso's faction, but that's the allegation they are laying against the Kwankwaso.
But it wasn't long when we had Kwankwaso, blessing and praising the governor for maintaining the Kwakwasiyya blueprint, and then for not disappointing him in delivering dividends of democracy. Could that be political talk?
Well, from what I was just trying to explain to you, because I asked them that just what you just raised, that this is what we've been saying in the public, how can you say that the leader of the movement is against his political godson? But they told me that that was also what they thought. But the feelers they've been hearing is that there are some group within the Kwakwasiyya movement that are not happy with the progress being made in Kano, and that they felt that if the governor continues at the pace he's going, there are chances that he may overshadow the popularity of Kwankwaso as a person, and that may affect some people's ambition. Because, you know, the movement rallies around the personality of Kwankwaso, not around Governor Yusuf. That is the claim they are making from their side. But from the Kwankwaso side, I told you I also spoke to them, it's all about disappointment and the feeling of betrayal. People that spoke to me in the camp told me that as of this morning, when the Kwankwaso came back to Kano, returned to Kano.
He was in Kano as we speak now.
He's in Kano as we speak. He was disappointed. He wanted to address the media, but after some discussion with some inner caucus members of his caucus, he directed the state chairman of the NNPP to go and present the position to the media. And the position, for those that have seen the position of the NNPP, is more of appeasement. Because at the stage they are now, it's not a case. He knows that the movement has more to lose than the governor. The governor is an individual. He can go to APC, win or lose the election. He has done his 4th term. But if this continues without some level of measured approach, the movement will suffer the most. It will disintegrate.
You think the movement will suffer?
Yes.
How strong is the team following Abba?
Well, it's on the paper is very huge. It's
who and
very
who,
large.
for instance?
From what I've gathered, the 13 members of the House of Representatives are with him. That's the caucus of the NNPP in the National Assembly.
Have we spoken to them, or you are trying to?
No, for now, we've not spoken to them, but some of the people that spoke to me are close to them.
Okay.
And they said they are together on this. In fact, a former member of the caucus who had left, that's the former speaker, who is now the representative of Bunkure Rano, that's Alassane Rorum, also told one of our correspondents today that he had a meeting yesterday with the governor, and
They are all going.
They are all going.
What about the chairman of the local government?
That's it. I'm going. All the 44 local government chairmen. That is the shocking part of the whole development, because those that know Kano politics know that all 44 local government chairmen did not get to that position without the endorsement, or some will even say the appointment of Konkoso. But all 44, from what we have so far this night, are on the same page with the governor. They are moving with the governor.
But what happens, because we have just a minute, what happens within just 2 years? How strong Konkoso was? Do you see the hands of Abuja in what is happening? Or is it that Konkoso refused to yield to certain demands, or vice versa?
Yeah, well, credible sources had all the while told us that Abuja attempted to woo Konkoso, and you could remember also that Konkoso himself showed interest in aligning with APC. But at some point, it was gathered that Abuja realized that the demands he was placing on the table were too much. They felt that it will make him too powerful. And don't forget that Northern power brokers are already strategizing themselves for 2031 to take over from President Tinubu. In the event he wins. Yeah, in the event he wins in 2027.
Because the Atikus, Obis, Amechis are there.
But those in APC are assuming that the president is going to do 8 terms, and after then it will come to the north. So the powers in Abuja feels that if Konkoso gets all these conditions he has listed, this control, the structure of APC in Kano, not just Kano, the Northwest, major national appointments. He will be so strong, he will be the man to beat. And you know he is a very strong person when it comes to party politics. So that crumbled the initial talks. But we learned that the powers in Abuja reached out through the Progressive Governors Forum to the governor, and they've been the one discussing. And Konkoso, what I learned was that he felt slighted that the governor continued the discussion.
Arrangement
the
wasn't from
arrangement sidelined him and went through to the governor, and that's where
do you think he will have some advantage in Kano going forward?
You mean Konkoso? Oh yeah, of course. Konkoso is still the man to beat in Kano. It would be like,
and if he were to bring out somebody as his candidate, do you think he will give the governor Abba Yusuf a big fight?
Yes, but like we said in politics, nothing is guaranteed, because look at almost all the political parties. There's one problem or the other. Whichever party he decides, if he sticks to the NNPP, the problem is still there. But like you said, if he brings another candidate, it will be a tough challenge for Abba. But it will also be a tough challenge to Konkoso, because the Kano voters will say, okay, just 3 or 4 years ago, you had one that told us to vote for this man. He has been doing well. You told us that he has been aligning with your
now
movement.
What changes?
What changes? Is it just because he moved to another party? Those are the questions that both sides need to fiddle with, and even the governor himself needs to also convince Kano people that we voted against APC to bring you to power.
Now you are going.
Now you are going. Why should we vote for you again? So those are the questions both of them need to be addressing in the days ahead.
Thank you so much, Clement Oloyede, Group Politics Editor, Daily Trust, for coming and putting context to this very difficult political calculation.
Kano is always like that.
Yes, and viewers, we tried to actually have Honorable Bilia Ahmed Rurum, a key member of the Kwakwasiyya. Unfortunately, for network connectivity, we couldn't have him, but we hope by tomorrow we should have someone from both sides in Kano or here in Abuja. And this brings us to the end of today's package of Daily Politics on Trust TV. Join us tomorrow for another interesting edition of the program. From here, I am Hamza Idris. Good night.